Andy Byron's kids reveal the truth about his affair. We caught him before. The kind of line that doesn't just spark a headline, it detonates one. A family name wrapped in wealth, celebrity power, and the golden image of perfection suddenly dragged into the neon spotlight of betrayal. And when the revelation comes not from tabloids, not from paparazzi lenses, but from his very own children, the drama cuts deeper, sharper, almost cinematic in its sting. Imagine the world watching a dynasty unravel not in boardrooms or red carpets, but inside the walls of a home built on luxury, ambition, and now, confession. Andy Byron has long been painted as a man who has it all. The tailored suits, the designer estates with marble floors and gold-framed art, the private jets sweeping across oceans as effortlessly as most people cross streets. He was the poster child of success, the kind of figure paparazzi chased and magazines crowned as the gentleman of the elite class. His life looked bulletproof, polished like a diamond under 1,000 flashbulbs. But what happens when that diamond cracks? What happens when the glitter fades, and the whispers of scandal start spiraling through every social media feed, every trending hashtag, every gossip blog hungry for clicks? The affair wasn't just rumor. That's what makes this story bite. It wasn't whispers of an unnamed woman glimpsed in the background of a photo. It wasn't grainy screenshots circulating Reddit threads. It was direct, personal, undeniable. Because Andy Byron's kids were the ones who caught him before his empire of secrecy could hide the evidence. A betrayal not just of vows, but of trust, loyalty, and the picture-perfect family image broadcast to millions. The kids themselves, long shielded from scandal, suddenly found their voices amplified by a world obsessed with dysfunction. They told the story like a Netflix confessional, pain raw, eyes sharp, their words cutting through the false perfection. They described the moment vividly, the late nights when Andy's absence was no longer explained away by business meetings, the coldness at the dinner table, the murmurs of phone calls in rooms locked from the inside, and then the discovery. Not by detectives, not by tabloid sleuths, but by his children, armed with nothing more than suspicion and the courage to look closer. And when they looked closer, they found what no child wants to see: messages, photos, a parallel world of intimacy hidden behind passwords and pretenses. One child reportedly said, "We caught him before he could ever spin it." And that became the line that echoed across Twitter feeds, TikTok memes, and gossip channels around the globe. The betrayal wasn't just his, it was theirs to reveal. For the public, the fascination wasn't just in Andy Byron's affair. Celebrity affairs are a dime a dozen. It was the Shakespearean quality of children turning the spotlight onto their father, dragging out the truth he thought he had concealed. Social media exploded. Instagram accounts posted side-by-side comparisons of his smiling red carpet appearances against screenshots of the alleged affair texts. TikTok users reenacted the confrontation in viral skits. Memes painted him as the king dethroned by his heirs. The internet ate it alive. And yet beneath the hashtags and headlines, there's the quiet devastation of a family imploding. Wealth doesn't soften betrayal. Luxury doesn't erase shame. The marble halls of the Byron estate reportedly echoed with arguments, slammed doors, voices breaking under the weight of secrets unveiled. The children who grew up in privilege suddenly became unwilling narrators of a tabloid saga, their lives dissected by millions. They didn't just reveal the truth, they lived inside the fallout of it. Midway through this unfolding storm, the world kept circling back to that hook line. Andy Byron's kids reveal the truth about his affair. We caught him before. It became a refrain, a drumbeat underscoring every news piece, every gossip podcast, every late-night host's monologue. It symbolized not just exposure, but defiance. The children, in telling the world, stripped Andy of his shield of power. They weren't accessories to his perfect image anymore. They became the wrecking ball that shattered it. And Andy himself. His response was as choreographed as a press release could be, polished with lawyer-approved phrases and PR-crafted sincerity. Apologies about private matters becoming public. Statements about navigating this as a family. But the public wasn't buying it. Once the kids had spoken, the audience shifted. Sympathy tilted their way. Andy's words were drowned out by the louder, rower voices of his children who had nothing to lose but the illusion of loyalty. The scandal rippled beyond personal betrayal. It infected every corner of Andy Byron's empire. Business partners quietly distanced themselves. Brand endorsements, once locked in multi-million-dollar contracts, stalled or dissolved altogether. Invitations to elite galas mysteriously vanished. In the world of celebrity luxury, image isn't just decoration, it's currency. And Andy Byron's currency plummeted like stock in freefall. But perhaps the most haunting image wasn't the gossip columns or paparazzi photos. It was the idea of children standing before their father, stripped of awe, stripped of innocence, saying out loud the words no dynasty patriarch expects to hear. "We caught you." A reversal of power, a generational rebellion. For a man who built an empire on control, charm, and curated perfection, it was the ultimate undoing. Public fascination turned voyeuristic. What would the betrayed spouse do? Would she stay for the sake of wealth, image, and legacy? Or would she walk away, setting off a divorce saga worth hundreds of millions? Social media split into teams. # Byron versus Free the Byrons, each side projecting their own fantasies onto the scandal. It was more than gossip. It was participatory drama, an entire audience writing itself into the narrative of downfall. And all the while, Andy Byron's kids became unexpected celebrities of their own. Interview clips, candid paparazzi shots, cryptic Instagram captions, all fueled the fire. Some fans framed them as brave whistleblowers, truth-tellers unmasking hypocrisy. Others whispered about motives, about inheritance, about the twisted dynamics of wealth and betrayal. But whether painted as heroes or opportunists, one fact remained. Their voices shifted the entire story. The deeper you look, the clearer it becomes. This isn't just about an affair. It's about the fragility of empires built on appearances. It's about how, in the age of viral gossip, the most dangerous witnesses aren't journalists or paparazzi. They're the people closest to you, the ones you thought would never betray your secrets. Andy Byron believed he was untouchable, but he forgot one rule of celebrity dynasties: the children always know more than the public ever will. Even now, the story hasn't ended. Rumors swirl of explosive memoirs, of documentaries eyeing the rights to dramatize the saga, of networks hungry to turn betrayal into binge-worthy content. What began as a private family implosion has transformed into cultural spectacle, a blend of reality show drama and Shakespearean tragedy. And through it all, the refrain lingers like a headline carved in stone. Andy Byron's kids reveal the truth about his affair. We caught him before.